Hi, this is Billy Staples, and today, me and the camera crew are in Secaucus, New Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from New York City, actually just across the Hudson River. Why Secaucus, New Jersey? 1959 and 1960. Ted Williams, his last 2 years with the Boston Red Sox. One of his teammates was a guy born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. A guy that could throw 95 miles an hour and got signed right out of high school in Brooklyn. Now older, retired, but can still talk a good game of baseball. Major league pitcher, Jerry Casale, Boston Red Sox. Claim to fame, gave up a home run to none other than Mickey Mantle. And he also gave up home run number 24 in 1961 to Roger Maris. Today we're interviewing Jerry Casale. And by the way, he could be a comedian if he wasn't a ball player. So get ready and enjoy the show. Thank you. Billy Staples, Before the Glory.
Jerry Casale, people say pitcher, Red Sox, Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams. Where did it all start? Where did you grow up and go to high school?
I grew up in Brooklyn, and I went to high school, I don't know what kind of high school it was, but it was a high school. They called manual training.
Yeah.
And a lot of us graduated right into the penitentiary. You know, some of us escaped to get to playing some baseball, but it was a tough school.
Did you sign to go into baseball right out of high school?
Out of high school, yes. I was only 17. And they said, well, a lot of teams, there were about 16 teams were scouting me as I was getting ready to come out of school. So I worked out with just about all the big league clubs when I was 17.
Right.
And the team which was my love was the Brooklyn Dodgers. And that was my love, and I so wanted to be on that team. So they invited me out to throw batting practice. And the first batter comes into the cage was Roy Campanella.
Really?
I threw a fastball so fast, I almost hit him in the head. He went down, and he almost turned white. I mean, this is a terrific fastball. They threw me right off the mound, so they didn't want me no more.
So the Red Sox got you?
We did a lot of negotiating. Back then, the Yankees and the Red Sox, I mean, the Dodgers had a lot of pitching. So I figured, and the farm system, their farm system was so deep that it would take some guys a long extra time to get into the big leagues. So I thought if I had it, the Red Sox always needed pitching. So that's why I decided to go with the Red Sox.
Well, it was a smart move because you came up the last year of the decade of the 50s. You came up in 59. Jerry, what do you want me to tell you? What a year. I mean, 3 shutouts, 3 homers, 13 wins, Rookie of the Year as a pitcher.
It was exciting. And playing the last 2 years with my buddy Ted Williams was another big thrill. A real big thrill for me. Because this man taught me so much about pitching. And even though he was the greatest hitter,
right?
He was so good. Just too good. He was very good to me. I come out of the Army and I joined the team at the end of '58. And I've been 2 years in the Army making a whopping $90 a month.
Oh my.
So I was in hock when I got out. So I joined the team. So one day he comes over to me and says, "Hey, Bush." He used to call me Bush. You know, he's bigger than me, so I couldn't smack him. So he says, "Well, would you come out the next 3 mornings and throw some batting practice to me?" And of course, they want to do some pitches. They're going to do some film on his swing, a beautiful swing that he had. Well, I was taken back here. I just got back from Germany. I haven't picked up a baseball in almost 2 years, and yeah, I got to throw to Ted Williams. Now, that was a thrill, but I was a little nervous because I hadn't told him. So he would say, "All right, he had cameras underneath, up on top. They had cameras all over the place." And I thought I was in Broadway, ready to do a movie, or do something. So they had the cameras all over the place, and he would say, "All right, Jerry, give me the pitches on the outside corner." And I looked at him like, "What's this guy, some kind of nut job on the outside? I'm lucky I'm reaching the plate." I was so out of shape, you know. So 3 mornings I worked out, throwing, and managed to come through all right for him. At the end of the 3rd day, he left an envelope for me in my locker for $500.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he knew I'd just come out of the army. He knew that we were broke. I was broke. But I was just to share what class the guy had. He had so much class, and a lot of people didn't know just how good he really was.
When you were pitching, obviously Ted Williams was in the lineup, you know, helping you out to win the games. 13 wins for a rookie, the Red Sox, that's no joke. Is there a game that year that, I mean, you threw 3 shutouts. Is there something that stands out, or is it just the season itself?
Every game I won stood out for me. It was a thrill to win a game in the big leagues. It was hard, but the first game I pitched in the big leagues was against an ex-Red Sox pitcher. His name was Russ Kimmerer. He was pitching for Washington. He used to be in the Red Sox game, so I knew how he pitched. So I came up with 2 guys on. The first game I pitched against Washington, and that game stands out the best for me because I hit a 3-run homer off him, and I
Left, center, or right? Where'd you hit that?
almost over the center field wall.
Really?
Where the flag is, I hit a line drive
In Old Griffith Stadium?
in Fenway
In
Park.
Fenway?
Underneath the flag, it almost sent dead center field, leaving the place. And I knew what he was going to throw me from years ago. He threw me a slider, and I knew it was coming. And I hit the heck out of the ball. That was a thrill. Winning your first game was a thrill. But it's so hard to win the second and third.
Oh, yeah.
And then they know exactly what you're throwing, and they catch up to you pretty quick. But there was a lot of games. A game against the White Sox, pitching a heck of a game, and I'm only a rookie, and I'm pitching against a great pitcher, Early Wynn. Early Wynn was an unbelievably mean, tough pitcher, very mean. So I come up the first time, and he throws the ball, and the catcher was Sharon Lala. He's catching the ball, just it's missing the plate by, say, a foot. And the catcher was Sherman Lala. He's going, nice pitch, Early, nice pitch. I looked at him like, nice pitch, it's outside. The umpire said, strike 3, get out. So I go sit down, put the bat down nice. Don't say anything. Gotta be careful. I'm a rookie, so can't say too much. So the second time I come up, it's a good game, nothing. I'm throwing as good as he is. Throws the same pitch, slide is going outside. Strike 3, you're out of here. And Lala, nice pitch, Early, nice pitch. Now I go back to the dugout, I slam the bat down. Now, you know, I forget I'm a rookie. So I go over to Williams, I say, Teddy, I said, those bleep, bleep, bleep pitches are not strikes.
Right.
He said, that's right, they go, they're not. I says, they're not. So what does he call me out strikes for? He says, that's Early Win out there. They're going to give him the supposed to. He said, but keep your cool. We got a good game going here. You're pitching good. So I'll tell you what to do the next time. Now I go, I sit down, put my jacket. I'm so mad because I don't like to strike out, taking pitches. So the third time I come up, the score is nothing. He said to me, listen, when Early starts to wind up, I want you to move your left foot 12 inches to this way. I said, Teddy, I don't have a ruler in my pocket. You know, 12 inches? What is this guy kidding me? 12 inches? Give me a ruler. He said, no. He said, listen, when he starts his wind, he puts his head down. He says, and that's when you got to move your leg. I want you to aim straight to him and forget about trying to pull the ball. I said, well, that makes sense. I said myself. So he said, but don't move in that box until he puts his head down and starts his wind up.
Okay.
He said, because he'll stick one right in your ear if he knows you're on to it. I said, he was, huh? I'm saying to myself, I dare him to do that because I would like to stick one right in his ear. If he get me out like that, because they were bogus strikeouts. So now he throws the same pitch, and I hit it so hard. It went into the center field bleachers in Comiskey Park. Well, he cursed me, my mother, and he was down to my unborn kids. And everybody was getting cursed, everybody. And I could hardly keep from breaking out laughing, you know. I get to the dugout at Williams' days. Nice going, Bush. Nice going. And then the same inning, he hits a home run off. Yeah, but we blew the game in the bottom of the ninth.
No,
Yeah,
don't tell me that.
Yeah, that was 1959 when the White Sox would come in.
Yeah.
Win. They would get a bunt, a walk, a ball would drop in blue. They won the pennant that year. So I didn't get to beat them that day. I wanted to beat them so bad.